Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 42 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Last week we had Krishnan Mahadevan, owner of Iyer Idli, Bangalore. Very interesting because it's the first time we had someone from the food business, and it was really nice to see how he started out and where Iyer Idli is now and what his plans are with Iyer Idli and all of that. So if you haven't watched that, you should definitely check it out. Today is another episode that has been long time coming. One of the good things that we feel is like there was a time when we had, certain people in mind that need to come here and share their stories. And today is one such example. So it's a pretty awesome day for us too. Before I speak more about him, let's welcome Akarsha Kamala.
Thank you so much, Adarsh Sakare. Very happy to be here. I'm glad to be here. I keep watching your episodes, so I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad, man. So I like to keep introductions as simple as possible, not too complicated. For me personally, during the lockdown, I started watching Akarsha's videos. I really laughed a lot at how you imitated situations of the corporate. It is so accurate that then I start thinking from your perspective, right? You're basically observing all this in your office.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not only observing, you're abusing the shit out of this.
HR manager ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, yeah, man, I do that, yeah, sure.
He's abusing the shit out of these people, but when I say abuse, like, he's just looking at them and go like, is this what it is? But I think that's what I want to dig. If he's observed these corporate situations so well, I definitely want to ask him how he gets these ideas. So that's where I started enjoying his content. And then over time, I've realized that you've got a lot of other talent as well. Have you done voiceovers?
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ.
I have a feeling he's really good at voiceovers, and your interest in, say, acting or on-screen presence is very clear on social media platforms. So I'm also interested to understand like where he wants to take this and what his plans are, other than, say, making content, and strongly associated with Metro Saga YouTube channel, which has had a massive growth, like we all know, over the lockdown. We'll also talk about how that happened. So for those who know Akarsha, here's my chance at giving you another glimpse of him. For those of you who don't know Akarsha, welcome to the episode. You're going to meet another, I would say, entertainer.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. ನನಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, but anyways, yeah.
Akarsha, the first thing that comes to my mind, I would want to be your colleague.
Oh my god.
If I was working at a corporate, if I had a colleague like you, I'd survive it. That is what I'm thinking about, right? Because all my cab conversations I know are going to be entertaining.
Absolutely.
All my smoke breaks are going to be entertaining. And I have this friend who doesn't care about bitching about whoever. I have this feeling that you're as raw as possible, right? So my first question is that, how is Akarsha in office?
Oh my god, it's a difficult question to answer, but one thing I can say, ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ most of the content comes from observing people in the office. You already know that. I think when I started out in Metro Saga, like Raghu and me, my own idea was that ನನಗೆ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು. then I was like, okay, I mean, this is the way for my frustrations to get out, let me put it on screen ಅಂತ. Then I started observing people. Then I started talking to people. Everybody has the same issue. ಹೈಕ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ನು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, HR ಕೊಡಿಲ್ಲ. Like, ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಂತರನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. That's when I started making out videos. So those, I mean, we were very to be on a serious note, ಅಲ್ಲಿ when I started out making content with the IT, I was very clear that ಈ IT content we have a pan India appeal kind of thing, even before KGF came in, okay? let me be very clear with that. Noted. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ IT ಅವರು, ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ cater ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, see what I always believe and what we at Metro Saga believe in is, if you get your ಈ A B C audience ಅಂತ ಏನು categorize ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, if you get your A audience, B and C will follow ಅಂತ, because A audience is the hardest according to me to reach out. Okay, so actually ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, on the
what do you mean by the
A, ಅದೇನೋ like ನನಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ I'll tell you, I'll try to explain ಆಯ್ತಾ. ನೀವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ A ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮೆಟ್ರೋಪಾಲಿಟನ್, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋರ್ನ BC ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್, there's a lot of frustrated IT souls out there. They wanted content anta, and we were also like highly influenced by all the OGs of content creators like Will to Copy, AIP ataradella. So when we started creating our content, I was really unsure. Let me be very clear, ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಗುರು, ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ IT ಇದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ, ಇದನ್ನು ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ನನಗೂ ಭಯ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ದೆನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್. ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕ್ರೇಜಿ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಆಗಿದೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀನು ದಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ. ಲೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಜನರಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದರಿಂದ. ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಕ್ರೇಜಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಓಕೆ, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ IT ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಡೂ ಅನದರ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ರಘು ಐ ರೌಟ್ ಅನದರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್, ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಹಿಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವಾಸ್, when I started out making IT content, people started enjoying it. I mean, you need a motivation for us to like continue. Ad hit ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, actually on the contrary, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you wanted to be my colleague ಅಂತ, a lot of people don't want to be my colleagues. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಗುರು ಕತೆ ಅಂತ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಕತೆ ಅಂತ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ ರಾದರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆಫೀಸ್. ಬೇಡ, ಇವನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ನೋಟ್, once I had like messaged some VP asking for his advice and everything at the Schneiderly.
About what?
About like work related stuff. Then he's like, I'm good. Illa intala advice alla kottbiಟ್ಟು, I love watching your videos in Metro Saga. ಲೈಕ್ ಗುರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಗುರು, ನೀನು VP ಕ್ಯಾನಡಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ, ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಿನ್ಗೆ, ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಸಾಗಾ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ. ಲೈಕ್ ದೆನ್ ಐ understood the reach of those IT related content, and it's been good so far. I think that was like the pinnacle for Metro Saga to take off, because a lot of people started watching. And nimge onchuru a bit of history of Metro Saga kodbeku antandre, Metro Saga started out as a website.
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, a lot of people don't know this. So when Metro Saga started out as a website, they were more like entertainment tara irbeku, the usual, this lifestyle, food, and what they did better when compared to other websites was, there was another website, like not a website, I would say a Facebook page called Brightside. I don't know if you know. So Brightside was like, I was like spellbound by that page. ನನಗೆ ಅವಾಗ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಸಾಗಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Very familiar name, and I think it was really really good. Instead of saying like why you should visit Bangalore, they would say like 10 reasons to visit Bangalore, or 10 reasons to have this masala dosa kind of thing. ಆಮೇಲೆ Metro Saga started following that, like in the true sense. They started like creating content about Bangalore. The website received a lot of hits, especially from NRIs and this class A audience kind of thing. Okay, so ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, they said okay, I mean let's continue this, and they started branching out to news and everything. Then ರಘು ಇದ್ರು, ರಘು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ರಘು ನಾನು ಏನು ಗುರು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತೆ ಅದಂತೆ ಇದಂತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓಕೆ, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ಸು, ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಹಿಟ್ ಆದರೆ. That's when it started like taking off, and then we have an entire wing now, dedicated to comedy. The Metro Saga founder anta Shreenag anta, that's his name. Shreenag. And then Pramod,
sole founder?
Illa, co-founder. Okay. There's another founder called Pramod.
Okay.
Pramod and Shree are the co-founders. I'm like
they are brothers or friends?
No, they're just friends. They're just friends. It's a full-fledged organization. We have about 15 people working full time
for Metro Saga. What are the roles?
Editors idare, then there are people who create content, write content, then cinematographers, like full-fledged. There's like business developer who go out, reach out to people asking for film collaborations.
Was there any initial funding for Metro Saga, or it started literally like?
It started literally with people
very
like
small,
very very small. Even now it's small. It's not like really big. To be honest.
But I mean, it's paying 15 people. That's not small.
I think so. I don't know. ನನಗೇನು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನನಗೇನು ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಬೆಳೆಗೆ ಆಗೋಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. So I really don't know. So ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ what I wanted to say is like it's not like really big, but we want to make it big. To be honest. I mean, our idea is to have a Metro Saga for every city. That was the vision. So today it's like Metro Saga Bangalore. Tomorrow it's going to be like Metro Saga
But
Delhi,
it's
Kolkata.
branded as Metro Saga itself. But
Metro
you
Saga,
want to...
yeah, Metro Saga Bengaluru anta one page
Okay,
ಇದೆ.
okay,
Metro
okay,
Saga
okay.
India is like one page. Then we
Okay.
have Metro Saga Bengaluru,
Bengaluru.
like very clear with like local content.
Proper
only.
local content.
And then you have Metro Saga India with all those text videos, brute kind of videos and stuff like that. So that's the vision we have, and my bigger vision is to ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೊಡೆದಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಓಡ್ತು ನಿನ್ನ ಮೈ ವಿಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ like one platform where all the content creators come together and say like let's make a web series, let's do this, and that's my idea. I'm reaching out to people this year. I don't want any like competition. Let's all go together. And it might sound like very foolish and stuff like that, but if you see other languages, ನೀವು ತೆಲುಗು ಅಥವಾ ತಮಿಳ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂದಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, this is why they're growing at a much rapid pace than us, because here we all like dying out to get brand endorsements for myself. ನಾನು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. That is okay. You also need that because people are doing it full time. You need a source of income. I agree.
No, I think the like you said, right? If you're able to get people together and get all those audiences in one place, you're actually going to grow faster.
Absolutely.
Than trying to make it all on your own.
Correct.
And I've just felt like people don't want to collaborate only because of egos. Because they're like,
only ade.
I'm bigger than you by...
Yeah, but see, like individual content creators are really good, but the problem is they cannot be a part of a script that demands them to be in anything lesser than the character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really feel that. I don't really understand that. I'm really good in working with teams. I'm not good as an individual content creator. If you like look at my Instagram, I hardly have like 10K followers.
Yeah,
I'm not good at that. I don't believe that in that, like ತುಂಬ ಜನ like first question ಕೇಳೋದು, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಯಾಕೆ ನೀವು 8,000 ಜನ 10,000 ಜನ? It's like I don't believe in it. I mean, I really maybe it was my full like time job or full-time source of income, maybe I would have believed that. But because I'm like balancing two things at the moment, I'm really...
So anyway, I think this was a nice start, and I have a few more questions about Metro Saga and all that.
Definitely.
But I definitely want to go to day zero. Like one of the things I've always believed, and this is how it worked out for me, right? Like back in school, I already knew that I need to do something with speaking with people.
Absolutely.
And that was not my realization. That was my teachers telling me that you're good at this. You go tell poem on stage. You go tell story on stage. And I really believe that there are signs as we grow up that people give you. What were those signs for Akarsha?
Oh, wow. ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಓದೋದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ಝೀರೋ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಸುಧಾ, ತುಷಾರ, ತರಂಗ, ಹೈ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಡೆಕ್ಕನ್ ಹೆರಾಲ್ಡು, ಪ್ರಜಾವಾಣಿ, like comics, everything apart from the textbooks. Innondu what I always wanted was like I wanted to be the center of attention wherever I go. So even if it involved cracking some PJs in school, I wanted to be the center of attention. So the natka, usual, I mean the cliche stuff that every guy who is like successful talks about. ನಾನು ನಾಟಕ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನನಗೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು, ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಷೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ I knew that I wanted to be the center of attention. As simple as that. So that was my
You enjoyed it.
ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಮ್ಮ is a well known writer in Kannada. So I was like ಕವಿತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. Like I have my 2 books published. I'm also a writer.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I didn't know about this.
I have my short stories published in all the leading dailies ಆ ಥರದೆಲ್ಲ. So that's also my other ಒಂಥರ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುವಲ್ ಥರ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. That also I like.
There's a side of you.
That's a side of yours. Like
But
comedy.
That's from your mom.
That's from my mom. I think that's most of my.
So when you say your mom is a writer, what
MR Kamala.
What did she write about?
ಕವಿತೆಗಳು ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. Then essays. A lot of essays, and then her personal experiences from...
Did she publish it?
Oh, yeah. She has received a lot of awards for her translation, and the highest award for translation also. So she's a very, very well-known writer. And she does it very seriously, unlike me.
She's been in some of your videos, right?
Yeah. California Kailash.
Yes.
She hates acting, aita. It was like, ನಮಗೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡು.
Now, by the way, California Kailash is my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have like cousins in Australia, the US, and I've sent that to each and every one.
You won't believe that.
Damn, bro.
Of the recent videos that we have done, Allah, that's like got us the most income, because the most people who have watched it are outside India. I was like, I should cater to the NRIs also, like Karan Johar anta. I'll do that. I'll do that. NRIs keep watching it. In the best comment I've received alwa, California Kailash returns ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾನು usually I monitor comments, not because I want to take it seriously.
But it's
just important to know like what can. ಒಬ್ಬ ಬೇಡ ಬಿಡಿ ಹೆಸರು ಬೇಡಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಪಾಪ ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಫೋರ್ನಿಯಾಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೋಸೆಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ರಿಯಲಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ ಗೈ ಹೂ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮೀ, ನಿನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡು ಅಂತ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಟರಲಿ, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಇಫ್ ದರ್ಸ್ ನೋ ಬೀಪ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಬೋಳಿ ಮಗ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಟು ದ ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರಿಕೇಚರ್ NRS. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ನೋ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವೇರ್ ಐ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟೆಡ್ ಯು. ನೀವು ಹಂಗೆ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಐ ನೋ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ಕೀಪ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಇನ್ನೂ 2-3 ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
You've hit the right button.
I've hit the right button. So I mean, ಒಂಥರ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
California Kailash. Anyway, coming back. So school ali you already kind of knew that, and then there's this writer side of you.
Yeah.
So I'm already guessing your mom is very pro passion, pro leading life, keeping art alive.
Absolutely.
And she appreciates talent.
Yeah, for sure.
But how did that work out with, say, as you grew as a content creator? Did she like?
Oh, interesting. Tumba, you hit on my mark ಈಗ. Actually, ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಏನೋ ಆಗ್ತೀಯ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಏನೇನೋ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಬೈತಾರೆ. She absolutely thought I would be like the most serious, intellectual guy, participating in panels and then talking about why we are at a crisis ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. But I feel, my personality, I mean, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, but if I can be a part of a serious discussion, I can do that also.
Yeah.
There's always like something that, keeps pushing me to other areas. Like, probably content creation ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ I get bored. So there's a serious side of me also who wants to like write books and so on. ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ನಿಜ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಪಾಪ, ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಪಾಪ ಏನೋ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಜ್ಞಾನಪೀಠ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಶಿ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೀ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಫೋರ್ನಿಯಾ ಕೈಲಾಶ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. Such a contrast. Sorry ma, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. I've disappointed you. But on the brighter side, I think
she likes California Kailash better than you.
On the brighter side, ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, for me, art is about reaching the masses. Honestly, ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, if it does not appeal to the common people, I find it boring. So that's where I've been able to, like appeal to the masses. And there are people who have watched my videos and then come back to me saying, I want your book also, I want to see the other side of you. So that's nice. Also worked out for me. I mean, like, ultimately, if you're able to market yourself and reach out to all the side careers that you have, it's okay to me. So ad bitre amma is like, okay, I mean, manele eno ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀಯಾ, ಅದು ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಕಾಮಿಡಿ, ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ, ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡಿಸಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್. ನಾನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಜರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ.
Another slightly personal question.
Yeah, sure.
You're on a personal note. So.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. Sir, ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
Akarsha Kamala, your mom's name, right, as part of your second name.
Correct. In fact,
I have no idea. I mean, that's what I was telling Chirag also. Right. And Chirag goes like, what's wrong in that? I said, there's nothing wrong in it. You can keep anyone's name as your second name. But it's rare. And when it's rare, there's a reason.
Yeah.
What's the reason if you want to talk about
I'm so glad that you asked me. In fact, my full name is Akarsha Kamala. Appa amma ಹೆಸರು ಇಬ್ರು.
Oh yeah?
ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆಪೋಟಿಸಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಕಮಲಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು.
Are you serious?
ಇಲ್ಲ, just kidding. So ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹೆಸರು ಇಬ್ರದ್ದು ಇದೆ. My mom was very clear when she named me. She said like, usually it's she's a writer, she's like very, ಈ ಥರ ಆದರ್ಶಗಳಿರಬೇಕು, ಈ ಥರ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್, ನಾನು ಸಾಯ ತನಕ ನೀನು ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇದು ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಪುಟ್ ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟು ಇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಸನ್. ನನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಮಗಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಲ್ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪಾಪ ಬೈಕೋತಾನೆ, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಕೀನ್ ಆನ್ ಮೀ ರಿಮೆಂಬರಿಂಗ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಜೆಂಡರ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಶಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಓಕೆ, ಬರೀ ಡ್ಯಾಡ್ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹೆಸರು ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್.
And what did your dad say when she...
He was completely supportive, like ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದ್ರು ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಕರ್ಷ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ರೇರ್ ನೇಮ್, ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. ಈಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 1984 is when I was born. So Akarsha 84, yeah. So ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೂ ಗೇವ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ. ಇದೇನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಥರ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಹಂಗೆ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಆಕರ್ಷ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮೈ ಮಾಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಇಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಟರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಎನಿವೇಸ್, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಟ್, ಶಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಡ್ಯಾಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮಿ ಯಾಕೆ, and this is the reason. That's it, simple.
It's pretty awesome, no? The fact that she comes from the previous generation had those thoughts.
Absolutely.
And I think that kind of explains why she's a writer, and maybe she has all these, say, modern thoughts, if I may.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
cliche
she's
as
a
it
Kannada
sounds.
professor
Yeah.
also. Andre avaru like principal agidru, lecturer agidru.
I'm
She
sure
kind of
she's like one of the popular teachers.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
very popular. In fact, ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಫೋರ್ನಿಯಾ ಕೈಲೇಶ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ
Okay.
ನನಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. In fact, like people from various backgrounds of life, like people who are like successful software engineers to content creators to like government organizations ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಶಿ played a very pivotal role in shaping up aspirations of so many people who are like
Amazing.
like rejected by the society or rejected by their own houses, like not to do well and stuff like that. So she was like very pivotal. I think Kannada teacher agi I feel it's a very proud thing for me because usually government colleges alli enagutte ಕನ್ನಡ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಓಕೆ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಇದೆ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಫ್ ಶಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಟ್ she had like people waiting for her classes, then Kannada like became so important, then people used to write poems, like bring out their own magazines and stuff like that. So she brought about a lot of changes in her government colleges.
And this is the difference, right? Like when we, like I'm sure you also remember in school, like there are some of us who have parents who are very supportive of art, and I don't know, those that type of raising is way happier than anything else.
Yeah.
There are a lot of families where the parents are very reserved and they don't like anything else apart from, say, their thoughts. They don't want to welcome new thoughts.
True.
And I just think if we have parents like this, we are very lucky.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
if your mom didn't have these type of thoughts, I mean, maybe your talent would have been suppressed a little.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಖಂಡಿತ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್
Yeah.
ಐ ವುಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ it's very important to have the kind of freedom that I enjoyed or my sister enjoyed. Now in 8th standard I was like the first person to bunk school and then watch Upendra twice and ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಾನು 3rd class ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ನಾನು ಲೋಫರ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕೈ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹೀರೋ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ she has given me that liberty. I think as a professor probably she had that outlook of ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವ್ರವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊ ಬಟ್ ಮೈ ಮಾಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಶಿ ನೆವರ್ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಮೀ ಟು ಸೇ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್. ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಥರ ನೀನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ 10th ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ, ಕೆಲಸ ಹುಡ್ಕೋ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀನು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ.
So and I think that's a good what do you say, pillar you've had, no? In fact, I just feel like with your story of managing corporate and content creation, you have a lot of freedom to create whatever content you want. Absolutely. Because you're not scared of losing it.
True, very true. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You really have that cushion that you've held on, which is your security.
Correct.
And you're like, let me do whatever I want.
Correct.
And it's working only because of that.
ಇಲ್ಲ 100%. I think I would agree with you. And then lot of content creators ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ತುಂಬ ಜನ. I think you have a lot of experience talking to people. Everybody would say this, without freedom and without like your actual support around you, you cannot do anything in life. And thanks to my relatives who give content again. So ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇವ್ನು ಹಿಂಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ನಾ ಅಂತ, that becomes my content. ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ದ ಹಿಂಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ನಾ, that also is a content. So it's completely fine.
So let's resume from where we started. Now, your talents are in place. I mean, you've been given that freedom. College also, I'm guessing you were pretty on stage, active with.
Yes, like any other person.
Like everyone else.
Yeah.
You're 38 now.
Correct.
You're 38 now.
Thanks for reminding. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಥರ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಂ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಬಟ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲುಕ್ 38.
ಹೌದಾ? ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ ದೇವ್ರುಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ.
ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕಿಡಿಂಗ್. ಯು ಲುಕ್ 38.
ಓಕೆ, ನೀರು ಕುಡಿತೀನಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ.
Yeah, Akarsha, so here's my question, right?
ಹಾಂ.
So I'm not saying you belong to the previous generation, but I'm just saying you're 30.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. Okay.
So how does Akarsha look at content creation today? How did it start? Like, see, I'm not saying you don't know how to use a phone, but okay, but I'm saying I'm saying you're not a millennial at the same time. How did that thing happen? How did you catch that content creation? How do I make? How do I edit? How do I get out there?
Okay. I think illi it's a very interesting question because I look at all the new content creators. Okay, nimge probably ಎರಡು example ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. I think my answer would be there. So I got stopped by two people on the road. Like one was a young guy, I think 5th standard or no.
Okay.
Innobru like probably the same age as me, like 40s kind of thing. Okay, this young boy said like ಅಂಕಲ್ ನೀವು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂದ. ಅಂಕಲ್ ಅಂದಿದ್ದೇ ಬೇಜಾರಾಯಿತು. ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂದ. ಹೌದಪ್ಪ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಲೈಕ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲೋನ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗೈ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಹೈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ 40-year ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ತುಂಬ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಫೀಲ್, ನಾನು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಐಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲೀಶೆ ಇರಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಟ್ would seem like a fake answer, but I had absolutely zero expectations of becoming a viral sensation or whatever terms that these guys use right now. Okay, I had absolutely no idea that my content would click. I had absolutely no idea that I would get into Metro Saga. Interestingly, my journey with Metro Saga started as a film reviewer.
Film reviewer?
Yes.
How do you get a role as a film reviewer?
I watch movies like crazy. I mean, I was always interested in watching movies. So then one day I saw a posting. I knew that I wanted to be associated with Metro Saga. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಿಂಟ್ರಿತನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ Metro Saga ಅವರು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫಿಲಮ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್, ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗಿರೋ ಮೂವೀಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾರೋ ಬೇರೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅನ್ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, I absolutely had no idea of whether this social media content works, and I sat and edited those videos, I sat and marketed those videos, and then of course Metro Saga team idru ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಹಿಂಗೆ thumbnail ಹಾಕೋಣ ಹಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. ನನಗೆ ಇವಾಗಲೂ ನನಗೆ absolutely have no idea of how to market a content, but one thing that I know is if you make like relatable content, if it is your ದೊಡ್ಡಮ್ಮ, if it is your ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮ, if your ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ಆಂಟಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ಎಂಥವ್ರಾದರೂ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ವಾಚ್ ಯುವರ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ದ ಯಂಗರ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ is scaring me a bit because it is not a general statement. ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸೊ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಡಿ, ತುಂಬ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಫೆಂಡ್ ಆದರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಾರಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಅಫೆಂಡ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್. lot of them want to like become famous on the first day. Like I'll tell you my experience. So Constant Metro Saga, it's an organization, so people keep coming in and going out. It's normal, it's an organization, so they get better prospects, they leave and then go. I've had a couple of people who come in the first day, they said I'm interested in editing, scripting and all, but their genuine interest is in being in front of the camera. They want to become famous, they want to have like this millions of views and all those things. So the first question I ask them is, without knowing like how to what clicks on screen, like one content baridale or one script baridale, if you want to become famous like the day you come,
the thought process?
I don't really understand that anta. There I think I don't blame them also. I think because I think now content creation has become a full-time career. A lot of people are making money out of it, so they are only seeing the money part of it. They're only seeing the lifestyle part of it. If I connect it to my corporate job, a lot of people want to be in marketing. Yakendre they can visit trade shows, they can like roam the world and like, but marketing is actually a very mechanical, dirty job, and you will like be crunching numbers and you'll be filling Excel sheets and all those things. So you're looking at the lifestyle and not the process that goes behind it. So that is what is scaring me. But at the same side, on the contrary, people who want to be like full-time content creators are also actually very clear on the kind of content they make.
Okay.
Andre, some people are very good saying that ನಾನು ಡಬಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೇರ್, ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಬೇಡ ನನಗೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಓಕೆ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಥರನೂ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್. ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Bring stuff that relates to people, right? Bring stuff that is like, ಈಗ ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟೋಫರ್ ನೋಲನ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಗುರು, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟು ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ. ಲೈಕ್ ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ವೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಗ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ scripts have failed, like literally it has failed, not even like 10,000 views and stuff. So just be yourself in front of the camera, outside, just be natural. Aste, that's it. I think if you are what you are on screen, I think people will appreciate you. A lot of people who talk to me saying that, sir, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಏನೋ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಆರಾಮ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರ ಅದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಗುರೋದು. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆನೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದು ಥರ ಕಿರ್ಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಕಪಾಳ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾನು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಿರ್ಚಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ಆ ವೀಡಿಯೋಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಪಾಳ ಕೊಡೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಂತ ರಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ 10 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಅದೇ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಷ್ಟ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ both kind of audience exists if they are clear with what they are doing. Without looking at the fame and without looking at the byproducts of what you get out of this, I'm happy doing that. So ಎರಡು ಇದೆ. To answer your original question, I absolutely didn't know what content creation was. I just jumped into it, and now I've begun to learn the process, and I want to make more better content. That's right.
Do you are you happy with how much money Metro Saga is making?
I mean, they are happy.
Do you think they should be making more? Or
I feel honestly, without being overconfident about it, we are very good in making content, according to me.
Okay.
So the kind of audience that we want to see more, innu aa mattಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ the kind of subscribers we want to see, the numbers that we want to see, innu aa mattಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. So we are trying to figure that out.
But for today's views, do you think the whatever YouTube pays is justified? Does YouTube pay equal to the numbers?
Illa.
Or do you feel like, fuck, it's like...
See, YouTube ಮತ್ತೆ Facebook, let us compare platforms, okay? Insta, you have Facebook, you have YouTube. For us, like Facebook is the most revenue generation for Metro Saga. YouTube ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, what I see YouTube as is more like holding on to the people who want to watch your content. It's not necessarily turning it into actual revenue or numbers, because if you look at the pure statistics of when you open a YouTube account in India and versus when you open a YouTube account outside India, it's a staggering difference.
What is the difference?
The money that you get paid of a couple of views in USA and a couple of views, it's definitely more than what you get paid in India. Okay, and then the competition you have in making content in India, the USLA, it doesn't exist. The kind of content like people make. So what I feel is YouTube ಇಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. But the Facebook part, where I tell you the audience, the kind of audience that we have. So how it works is like, what ads can YouTube place or Facebook place in that duration of the video, right? So if I'm placing an ad which is like 30 rupees worth, that is the kind of money I would probably get back. Okay. If I'm placing an ad for an iPhone during that is the kind of money I would get back. So you have to fix the kind of audience that you want initially. Adike, I'm very particular about the class A audience, because these are the people who spend. So if you cater to them, Facebook also thinks, okay, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಆಡ್ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ, ಐಫೋನ್ ಆಡ್ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಅದು ಗ್ರೋತ್ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ they will kind of show you those kind of products. Yeah. So for me, we are still at a stage where I would say not like really profitable. But what I feel like, if you want to run an organization and if you look at all the good case studies like Filter Copy, AIB ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ, AIB ಬೇಡ ಬಿಟ್ಟು, AIB per wrong choices ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ case study ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ. But Filter Copy is like really successful even today. What I feel is digital is a very long term game, Adarsh. A lot of people don't understand this. They think, okay, first day ನನಗೆ 1 month 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ. It cannot work that way. It will not work that way. So ಈಗ now what we have thought about is a 5-year plan.
And even if it ends up working, so it has worked for a few people, but it also dies off very soon too.
Absolutely. So they have to get into reality shows and cash off that and all those things.
It's a real different journey altogether.
And I feel working in a team has more advantages than being an individual content creator. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ದಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಡೈ ಡೌನ್ ಸಮ್ ಡೇ. ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಈಗಲೇ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ತಲೆ. there's an other person who is coming into the team. He puts in some efforts. Then there are my strength, his weakness, his strengths and my weaknesses. So it's always get covered in a team. Individual content creation alli, the people are only expecting a certain version of you. If you look at all my videos, I can be anybody from an angry manager to an innocent soul, right? I have that range of characters that I play. Individual content creation ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there's a certain appeal that I need to have. Adana I don't have any chains like that. So it's to conclude, we are not like highly profitable today, but we are on that path. So we are good going towards that path.
That's what, no, because like today in world of digital, there's one side where these content creators are working individually. There's one side, organizations like Metro Saga coming up. I keep thinking, is it really worth? Is it
So
really
it is
worth
worth because we see ourselves as channels nodale, TV channels nodale. We want people to come to us. Okay, that's the end vision. Of course, it's a very, very big vision that we have. But I feel digital is the future. We want to get into like this year. Okay, I'm breaking it out here. We are doing web series.
Okay.
Nane on script bardini. There's like a comedy sketch which is like a mini series. So KGF was like the first big video attempt that we made.
Yes.
We got an overwhelming response to it. A lot of people from the industry also contacted. Like Archana Joyce or message madidru. And Paramma Studios representative, they said it was good. So we wanted to try that 18 minute video length. Now we have got that kind of audience
and the confidence also that we can pull it off.
Like a lot of people said like ee tara nim Metro Saga video tarane irilla. I was like, is that a compliment? So they're like expecting a normal quality that what we do. We went out and hired cameras and there was a full.
It would have costed you quite a bit.
Not a lot because we managed 2 locations that are like primarily in the those are all like free. Your office, so then hotel adala, and then actors were all like the Metro Saga team. So we didn't like go outside to cast any professional actor. And then I think the script was the highlight. Script was written by Sri. When he wrote it, I think he was very clear that it has to be not a normal production of Metro Saga. So when he wrote it, he was also like very clear.
To be like few steps
above another. So this year we want to like do mini series, web series, and so on. So what I'm hinting at that is we are doing well. We have the capacity to build better scripts and better content. So you will see more of bigger Metro Saga this year.
What genre of web series is this?
One comic thriller. I mean that's my strength. So I want to play that comedy thriller. Detective Dinesh anta. Okay, so it's a very very fun idu nan tumba helidre maja baralla. It's a very very fun. I'm sure I have a lot of confidence that it will work.
Okay.
Then one mini series ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಈ CID ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ತರದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಚ್ಚಿ ಬೀಳಿಸುವ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಕಥೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೂಫ್ಸ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮೈ ವಿಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ 90s ಕಾಮಿಡಿ back into the content creation space.
Nice.
Like Anandnag comedy irbodu athwa 90s comedy where everything
but with today's
references and everything was clean comedy as you call it, and it was like very entertaining to all sects of people. Ivattu na Ganesha series bandre ellaru manali iroru ellaru like irrespective of their age gender, everything, people watch it. So I want my content to appeal that way.
It's exciting. It's really exciting. With now that how many years has it been with Metro Saga?
It's been 3 years now.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you're here to stay. Like
I think so.
Okay. What if Akarsha wants to create content by himself someday? I mean,
ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಇಲ್ಲ, I think
but you already mentioned that, right? I don't think you're considering
I mean, I see, I'm not a person who would wake up to say I'm like having my breakfast and then do a vlog out of it and then I don't know, I'm not good at it. So ನನಗೆ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಟು ಬಿ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೆವರ್ ಟ್ರೈಡ್ ದಟ್. ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಇಫ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಡೇ ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಇಟ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೈ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಟೀಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ದನ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್.
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಪ್ ಕಾಮಿಡಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್?
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಪ್ ಕಾಮಿಡಿ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಸಾಗಾ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್.
Right now, Metro Saga is not promoting stand-up.
No. We wanted to do that.
That's a little. I want to know why.
One though we don't know the format, to be very honest with you, because we tried, let's say talking to people. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್. ಐ ವುಡಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಲೈಕ್ ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟಿಫೈ ಟು ಇಟ್. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಥಾಟ್ it requires more efforts than what we are doing right now.
Really?
Honestly. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you have to plan out shows first thing, and then you have to keep doing it until your joke or comedy set becomes like highly viral and stuff like that.
And then you finally put it out there as well.
Yeah. Stand-up ಯಾಕೆ ನನಗೆ personally workout ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, whatever stand-up comedy I see today, there are two sects to it. two let's say two categories to it. One is very clear, non double meaning jokes ಮಾಡೋದು.
Yeah.
Then the other one is
you're talking about Kannada stand up.
ನಾನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. So we were like thinking we are also under where do we go ಅಂತ. We are also under the pressure like reacting to the market. Now double meaning content ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. So we had so much pressure that ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಾವು ಡಬಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಜಾನಿ ಸಿನ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಗೂಗಲ್ ವಾಸ್ ಜಾನಿ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. I've not seen that video. That's why it didn't work out.
I fell right into it.
Yeah, you fell right into it. So I'm dead against it. I don't like double meaning comedy. That's okay. ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. I have no qualms against people who watch it. So we were like thinking, okay, ಯಾರು ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟು? I said ನನಗಂತೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ನಾನಂತೂ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. I'm out of this ಅಂತ. Then we started talking to people. First thing is, a lot of people demanded more than the production cost of 10 videos.
Oh, to even be associated
with ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು 10 ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಾವು ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಸಾಗಾದ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ we pull in lot of revenue with like absolutely minimal cost, and I'm paying to like one person for like one stand-up show
appearance,
and then we wouldn't even know if the joke set would click,
and you don't even know if you'll make it back.
Exactly. And then the other thing was, how do we establish a new face again starting from scratch?
And you didn't want to do that.
We didn't want to do that because one day ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we have had a lot of let's say going down that path where we try to build a new face and then he just says, okay, ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. So that's been it's okay because it's an organization. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ like ನಮ್ಮ ಹೈ ಕೆಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಇದಾರ. That's okay, but we can't afford to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's what Tarlebox is doing, right? Like for example, Nitin Kamath was here.
Yeah.
Like Tarlebox is actively investing in Nitin Kamath, saying this is the face that we want to promote.
Correct.
And this is what we want to do.
Correct.
And if Nitin Kamath leaves tomorrow,
see that's the problem also, to be dependent on that. And then moreover, ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಂಗೆ, at least I might be wrong, Metro Saga ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, but we don't know how to make stand up comedy. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, and it's a very unknown space. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
But I'm just saying Akarsha on stage will set a few fires here and there. You should try. Have you tried at like your corporate like offsites or?
I had stand up like, they were like, we are hosting a national event, we watch your videos, why don't you be the stand-up comedian? I said, I am not doing this in the office because it gives me something different away from the office. ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಮಜಾ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಗುರು, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. I'm not doing. Why would I do something that I love doing at outside of the office, again in the office? Like I said, no. But maybe I think it's a genre that I've been like questioning myself, to be honest. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಮ್ದುಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಾಮಿಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರು, he is my favorite stand up comedian. So ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೆ ಆಗಬಹುದು, but not right now for sure. We are not in that space to afford doing stand up shows.
I feel stand up like people treat it as a profession, but if you really look at it, right, it's just an artist talking about his experiences. And if you have funny perspectives on things, I feel like you should just try it out.
Absolutely. I think like one last reason, stand up, why I feel that it wouldn't work for me rather than Metro Saga is you need to appeal to the live audience. ನನಗೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಮೈ ಎಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯಾರೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಐ ಮೈಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ವೇ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಡ ಗುರು, ನಾನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿತ್ತೋಗಿರೋ ಜೋಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಾರಿ ಬಾಸ್, ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ದಟ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಔಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ.
As a creator, at whichever type of thing, right, creator wants more and more audience. Right. We want more and more people to look at us. Always.
Correct.
Now as Akarsha, what is Akarsha feeling? Am I happy with how much I've done in content creation? Am I like, fuck, I've spent this much time, I'm here? Or like, what is the current state of mind?
Very very interesting question. I'm sure ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು politically correct ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Hey, give me the truth, boss. Give me the truth.
Okay. Truth. See, every content creator feels like he wants to have the world to him.
Yes.
ರೈಟ್. ನನಗೆ ನಂದು ಒಂದು 1 million ವ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರತಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ, ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನೇನು ಕಿತ್ತಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ. ಬಟ್ ನೌ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ದಟ್ 1 million ವ್ಯೂ, it is not sufficient at the end of the day. You're always like pushing yourself to create more better subscribers. So I'm in the state of mind where I'm half and half. So one part ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಕಿತ್ತಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಗುರು, ನೀನು ಏನೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. The other half says, I know, I'm okay. I mean, I'm okay to be here. One thing probably I would want to push myself is any actor or any content creator finds the silver screen very appealing.
Yeah, what about you?
Movies and everything.
I
would love to be a part of movies. On the other cinema ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, it's waiting to be released, but I also want to like see myself on screen with so that is where probably I feel ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಸಿಗಬೇಕು.
You were shooting for a movie in last year, second half of last year you were shooting something.
Correct. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಖಾತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ದಿಗಂತ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂತು. It's on Prime. Surprisingly, when we came out in theaters, nobody watched it. Okay. On Prime, it's been like crazy numbers. Yeah. My director and producer are very happy.
Nice.
So they're working on another project. We'll talk about that later. That's fine. So it went out very well. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೇ ಇನ್ ಡಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಪೇಟೆ ಅಂತ, I have a very pivotal role. It happens in like one day. It's a comic thriller again.
Very nice.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಜಾ ಬರಲ್ಲ. Let people watch it. ಅದು and then I would say
when
not
does that come?
They're planning to go to release it in December of this year.
Okay.
So hopefully that would probably be my turning point ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Let's consider that for a moment. Let's hope. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಸಿನಿಮಾಗಳು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. I mean like I think I want to for sure. I think there's also a restriction or a general tendency in the industry. ಇವ್ನು ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ರು ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇರೆದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, it's very serious. Like it's also depends on how you portray yourself, right? So I am like okay, I do this for fun ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. People think okay, maybe he's not really serious if he wants to come to the movies. Can he handle a 10-day schedule?
That is.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
Yeah. Can he handle a 10-day schedule? I mean 10 ದಿವಸ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ನನಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಲ್ವಾ. I mean
give me the opportunity.
Give me the opportunity. So ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ ಕ್ರಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Probably I would probably have to position myself that way where I get more opportunities.
I think one role I like to see you in is like a very serious cop.
Oh wow.
Extremely serious cop, no fucks, like no comedy, nothing.
I would love
like
to do it. I would love to do it.
The most like serious cop ever. I think you will pull it off, and without no comedy, right? So people will be like, this guy went the whole movie being serious. True. But I think that'll be
interesting. I think like I said, to answer your question in like one sentence, I'm at a point where I'm in a 50-50 state where I feel that okay, I need to do more. Sakagila, one bit of like this eager to do more. The other part is like ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ 37 ಆಯ್ತು, ನೀವು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಬಿಡು ಗುರು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು 3/6 ಜಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟು ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ. I would say I'm somewhere in between.
Middle.
Yeah.
It's also this, like so many of us, like so many people start out very early and they stay in the movies or say in front of the camera for their whole life. Some of us maybe start at 50. Everyone starts at different times, and maybe you start at the right time. Maybe it had to happen now and it's happening. Like sure, I feel like next 5 years maybe the
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. I don't know what to expect, honestly.
Actual space to come out.
Yeah.
What's your family scene like? When did you get married? When did you have your son?
Okay.
How do they look at you as a famous person, or do they look at you as like
ಮನೇಲಿ ಮೂರ್ಖಾಸ್ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರು, ನೀವು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. They're very supportive. Like my wife understands what I'm doing. She's also a software engineer, by the way. She works full time. So okay. And then I have a 3-year-old
somewhere else.
ಇಲ್ಲ different. ಆ ತಪ್ಪ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. No. Why you doing it?
Let's not mix
job
one side.
Job ಮನೇಲೂ ಅವರೇ,
Metro Saga one side.
ಬೇಡ.
Wife one side.
ಬೇಡ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ one side. So too many things happening at the same time. My God, I'm crazy, man. Okay. Anyway, so 3-year-old kid. He doesn't understand comedy. I mean, his life is comedy. Papa,
what's
everything.
his name?
Abdhi anta.
Abdhi.
Another complicated name to the list. Yeah. I wanted to be.
What does Abdhi mean?
Abdhi means Sagara, ocean. Ksheerabdhi is where my reference came in.
Okay.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Please. Please do it.
ಅಬ್ಧಿಯುಂ ಓರ್ಮೆ ಕಾಲವಶದಿಂ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆಯಂ ದಾಂಟದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು.
Oh my God.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಗರದಂತ ಸಾಗರನೇ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲಿ it cannot control its emotions and it will become a tsunami.
Wow.
Okay, so that is where that abdhi word had like stuck in my mind. Luckily, when we were going through this, you know what every parent does, like going through this dictionary and stuff like that. Abdhi also, like my wife's name is Madhura, so avaligu Abdhi ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. She liked, and then we said, okay, let us make it as complicated as possible. Abdhi Akarsha Madhura, that's his full name, and of course roll number 1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So test ಅಲ್ಲಿ fail ಆದ್ರೆ first ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Yes, thank you.
I feel bad for him now.
I know, it's like growing up, ಏನ್ ಗುರು ನಿನಗೆ
not only
bro ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಪದಗಳಿತ್ತು, ನೀನು ಅಂತ. I'm sure he'll be happy, I think.
Nice. So, how does your wife look at your content? She
Oh,
watches it. She doesn't watch. Do you all watch your content together?
To be honest, no. At home ಯಾರು ನೋಡಲ್ಲ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲ, they are happy about it. My wife is not like really enthu about it. I mean, she doesn't consider me as a celebrity at home. ಮನೇಲಿ ಅದು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಸರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಹಾಕೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕಷ್ಟ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಅದು ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ they're like okay, I mean he does something, as long as you are happy we are okay with that, because if I like don't do such stuff alva ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕಾಟ ಕೊಡೋಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಹುಚ್ಚಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಕ್ರೇಜಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನ್ as long as something keeps you sane, keep doing what you want ಅಂತ. They're really supportive, by the way. I mean, shoots usually weekends irutte.
That's what I want to ask. Like being like for me right now, right? So I took up a job like a year back, and then that's basically Monday to Saturday is oitalle.
Correct. You've heard it when we talked about. You said
and Sundays literally, and sometimes if it's one shoot, sometimes it's 2 shoots. The whole day is basically gone.
Correct.
Like my mom keeps telling me like, wait for you to get married, then you'll realize. But then you are actually there. So I want to know, how do you really...
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do, honestly. I
don't they get psyched? Like, doesn't your wife say, yeah, you're busy all the time, you have a meeting, you have shoot?
See, to say that I have never had discussions like that home is fake.
So what do you tell her?
ನೋಡು, ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟವಾದ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಮನೇಲಿ ಕಾಟ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಶಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ I even before marriage, when it's an arranged marriage, so when we first talked in together, I said like, these are all my interests, and she was like really happy to see somebody doing other than the IT stuff.
Yeah.
So she's like happy that I do other stuff, but yeah, money ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I balance it, like my Metro Saga career, like my Schneider career, my ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜೀವನ ಹೆಂಗೋ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೇಳಿ.
One day my boss asked me, Adarsh, say one day OAPN makes a lot of money. Will you leave us? I said, I don't think so, because I like doing this too. I want to ask you this.
See, for me, I think the best explanation I can give you there is...
I don't, if you don't want to answer, please don't
illa. See, the thing is...
I don't know.
For me, I've done a master's in electrical. I was there in USA for a couple of years. So I have made that investment of like, being in a very career-oriented job, right? Yeah. And I've been with my current company for 10 years. So there's a certain perk you get of being a senior in the office, right? Flexibility, and then they're like, okay, like I can assign or delegate my work to somebody, and then I can have all the managerial stuff and so on. So ee perk nan kalkolak nange ishta illa, and I'm addicted to a salary just like any other person. So adana perk na kalkolak ishta illa, but at the same time, if they say, okay, if Schneider says like stop doing this, I'm not going to agree to that.
Yeah.
If Metro Saga says don't go to Schneider, I'm not going to agree to that. So I would love to balance both. I feel it's more like a TV channel, right? I don't want to be watching the same channel like 24 hours a day. I would want to be able to switch back to... So this Monday to Friday of doing what I love, and then having some frustrations with it, and coming on a Saturday and Sunday to put all those frustrations in a video and then go back to the same frustration. It's fun to do that.
How nice is it?
Yeah, it's very nice.
How and it's only because you have planned it out like that. Like idagutte adadmele idagutte. I'll go gain the frustrations, I'll use the frustrations to create the content. I'll create the content, earn money, put it back. Like
money idu gottilla, yeah, but yes, I mean I think the flexibility that Schneider has given me, honestly, and the flexibility that Metro Saga has given me, because probably ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ like Metro Saga, Schneider, they would have said like, ನೀನ್ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ, ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತೀಯಾ, can you like balance both careers? And the Metro Saga also has been really accommodative. Like whenever I have like office ilde irodisa athwa Saturday and Sunday, they plan out my shoots like that. So they'll wait for me to confirm and complete my work. Invest. So I think I'm lucky in that way. Yeah.
What about your friends scene? Do they look at you as popular?
Friends. ತಲೆನೇ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಕಣ ಬಾರ ನಾನು ಕರೆದಾಗ ಬಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೇರ್ ದಟ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಸ್ಟಫ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, it's not something that would put us on a very pedestal sort of place where I can claim that this is my sadhane.
No, it's also that relatable, no? So they've nobody is ever really looking at you as someone from the outside. Think of it that way.
Yeah, you can say that. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ತರಕಾರಿ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಅಂಕಲ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಹಾಪ್ಕಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಯು ವುಡ್ ನೆವರ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ತರ ಅಂಕಲ್. ಒಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಶುರು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತರಕಾರಿ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಕಂಟೆಂಟು, ಹಂಗೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. I was like, okay, this is where I get that satisfaction of making a very serious person laugh. Anta. I mean, I'm okay when people recognize me and then they identify me and the content and everything, but I'm more interested in making content that can allow people to go back and view it multiple number of times. See, what I feel with today's content, not just what we are doing, with any content that is there on the internet, it's very short-lived.
Yeah.
We are reacting to a trend or we are reacting to a caricature of a person. But where it probably distinguishes itself, where you could like push it up another notch, is where you can make content that people can watch it like n number of times.
Yeah, and for the years to come.
Years to come, yeah. If we could make something timeless out of whatever restrictions we have, I would be more interested in that.
Yeah, because think of all the music you listen to, right? There's a song that maybe released last year that you like, but there is a song that released in the 90s that you'll never stop listening
Absolutely.
to. And it's because it was that amazing.
Correct.
And even a lot of, say, today's content creators, that's what I think, when you keep jumping onto the current topics, how long will you keep jumping onto the current topics?
True. That's an interesting question. Absolutely.
Like, where is your stuff?
Correct.
Where is just you? But then that is a risky path, and that people don't want to take.
Right.
Another, like, one of the things I really wanted to gain, like, your perspective on. You generally seem like you are like a happy person and you enjoy stuff.
Sure.
And you've had a marriage, you have a beautiful son now, and there's all these balancing stuff. What part of Akarsha's life really stresses him out?
Oh, wow.
And he's like, maybe I should get better at this, or anything like that.
I think it's to be honest, it's a very difficult question to answer. Yake antandre, if I am a little ambitious, I am, which I am, right? I've been, because ನಾನು ಮಿಡಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ
comes into the from day one.
Yeah, from day one. So probably the most stressful that I can become is when things don't work in the office. Which office? ನೋಡಿ, ಏನು ಸ್ನೈಡರ್ ಆಫೀಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮೈ ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಬ್, ನನಗೆ ಬೇಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕೆಲಸ.
I want to know which Metro Saga your job.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಸಾಗದು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಟು ಬಿ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್, I've been lucky that they've not pushed on the numbers and the revenue to me. That stress ನನಗಿಲ್ಲ. And I've been clear when I got into Metro Saga from day one that I don't want to take that, because office ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಅದೇ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ. So they have been like very accommodative enough to not push those numbers on me. But I mean, to be honest, of course they'll come and tell me, okay, innest views ಬೇಕು ಆ ಥರ. That's a normal discussion that we have.
Are you the most popular face in Metro Saga?
I wouldn't want to consider. I'm being humble here, but illa andre popular is again a relative term, Adarsh. I mean, I might sound very philosophical, but generally, yeah, people do watch my content for sure. A lot of good actors are there in coming up in Metro Saga. Sukosh anta Yash role madra avaru, and then we have Chetan, Pradeep anta idane, and then Chaitra anta. So we all work together. Of course, it's a strategic decision that one guy has to be the face of Metro Saga.
Yeah, because why I asked you, are you the most popular person? Not to put someone else down.
Yeah.
But if you're one of the most popular person, then there is some level of expectation, no? Okay, this guy will get us views. This guy will like do certain things for the channel.
Our expectation is there, but it's not where I'm sitting in a boardroom discussion. Where they're saying like, okay,
if you don't do this, then you're
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೀನು ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೀನು ಇರಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನೇ ಅಂತ ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ more better content than me. And what Sri is doing right now, the co-founder of Metro Saga, he was never into writing these comedy sketches and everything. So when we started writing together, he became really interested in it, and he's like really experimental now. And he's writing more scripts and then bringing in better content to Metro Saga and so on. So somebody is also doing that. Somebody is also taking the burden of like these numbers in the business because he's the co-founder. He has to run the business. It's ultimately it's a business, right?
Yeah.
So ಅದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So ನನಗೆ ಆ ಥರದ Metro Saga ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. But where I really feel probably stressed about is this people have this one statement they make in the society. ನಿಂಗೇನು ಬಿಡುಗರು ನೇಮು ಫೇಮು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ದ ಕರಿಯರು ಜಾಬ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಂಬಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೆರ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ ಹೂ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು do well in the office also, like Schneider office, very clear, okay, where I want to go on to better designation, better roles and better position and everything. At the same time, there's this society pushing you ದುಡ್ಡಿನಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ಪೊಸಿಷನಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ಡೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ನಿನ್ಗೇನು ಇಷ್ಟ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಸೊ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಐಮ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಲೈಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ everything I don't like, and it's always like in between. I'm always trying to overcome that. But definitely, given a choice, who wouldn't want to be successful in all areas? I would want to be equally good in whatever I'm doing everywhere, which is a little difficult, but I'm going to keep trying this time.
Yeah, I think being ambitious like this is a two-edged sword.
Yeah, true.
It is. That is how.
And again, you have this philosophical statements like you are running in a rat race. Ultimately, you're a rat antala. ನನಗೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಓಕೆ ಅದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫಿಗರ್ ಔಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ರೈಟ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಡೈಲಮಾ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಓಕೆ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಡೈಲಮಾ ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ಪುಷಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ
we all know that there's a lot of people who have watched your content and I'm sure you get a lot of support in your messages and all of that.
Sure.
If there's something you want to tell them about how they have treated you and what they can expect from you going forward.
Okay. So first of all, a big thank you to all the audience who have supported Metro Saga and me especially because they know that I'm probably somebody who has started out with making content from a middle class family and all those things, but they also know that this guy is the same person when they meet me outside because a lot of people think that I am this angry shouting attitude fellow antala ನಾನು ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿಸಿ ನಾನು ಹತ್ರ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ I think I really must thank them for bringing Metro Saga to whatever we are today. They've been really supportive. Going forward, I think it's a task on behalf of Metro Saga that and me personally is that we would make more meaningful content. When I say meaningful, it can be subjective. Like meaningful can be different things to different people. But I would want to bring those 90s comedy back into the Kannada industry or let's say the content creation space where irrespective of the age, whether it's a 6-year-old kid to a 60-year-old man can watch our content and enjoy it. Right? That's the vision going forward. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇಪ್ಪ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬ ಇದೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪಾತ್ ಐವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಸೋ ಫಾರ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್
ನೈಸ್ we are really happy you came here and it's really for me like I told you I enjoy sitting here and listening to these stories and I think most of the people they always say that okay I left my job I did this I left my job and suddenly you start to think okay leaving the job is the start boss everyone has their own paths
absolutely
right everyone has their own paths what mixture you choose of what things it should be specific to you there is no one definition to things right but yeah man you're an absolute entertainer
thank you
I am waiting for your web series that you're planning
Thank
for.
you so much. Thanks
I think I'm also praying that now that should elevate your audience.
To be honest, this is where I blurted it
I'm
out first.
glad.
So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ please keep expecting good content, more good content. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಮಾಡೋದೆಲ್ಲ good content ಅಂದಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋ content ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, I promise.
And please bring back Rodis Raghu.
Oh
At
my
least
God.
on your Instagram. I want to see more of Rodis Raghu.
Sure.
And California Kailash should, I don't know, he should be given an award, an Oscar. California Kailash is one of the best guys I've met.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Damn, bro. So cool. Damn.
There you go. So thanks, Akarsha. There's a lot more I can speak to you, but I think this is enough for the first part.
Yeah.
We'll definitely shoot another one in the coming months.
Sure.
I hope you liked coming here.
Definitely. I think ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಾಜರಿಂದ ದೂರ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ just kidding. It's very entertaining and I'm happy that you didn't ask the stereotypical questions, honestly, because you probed a bit more into understanding my state of where I create content and so on. So I really thank you for doing whatever you are doing right now, and I'm happy that Kannada kuda itara experiments ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ, honestly, because probably podcast is still a new thing for most of the Kannada audience. So I think you're probably pivoting that form. So I really thank you for bringing out good content, and keep doing whatever you are doing. And Metro Saga channel na
subscribe ಮಾಡಿ,
comment subscribe ಮಾಡಿ.
I'm going to show you off to a lot of my friends, saying I now know you personally.
Oh, sure. Why not?
It's something I enjoy doing. It's a cheap thrill that comes as a perk to all these efforts. But nice meeting you. Thank you for coming here. This was episode 42, Akarsha Kamala, part of Metro Saga. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you on the next one.